So this book loosely came out of just my anger and like guilt that I felt watching news stories about the black protests in Poland in 2016 and 2018. There's a really right-wing government in power that was trying to even further restrict abortion, and there were lots of protests happening, and I was born in Poland, and I came to the US when I was 6, and I have a lot of family there, so it just like felt really close to my heart, and I just like felt really angry and really guilty, and I filtered it into this book. And there are a number of sections in this book that deal directly with the protests, and I have like a history of abortion laws in Poland in the front of it, but I think I'm going to read just a couple of the more prose poemy personal poems here today. You wonder who leaves the ore in clitoris for other women to find. A sign that says, your pleasure is not guaranteed. For men to not find the clitoris as if it were somewhere different each time, like a set of keys. Some women learn how to die and only then how to live. After a time, they endorse clit and is. They grow up to be strong women who lend rest, room thoughts, and emails with news from your home country. They say you're strong too, even though you delay writing about the underside of some women till winter, when snow is the visible underside of heaven, a heaven that's learning how to die. You teach your 8-year-old cousin how to shave her legs in a blue plastic tub. You don't want to be alone in your family's body of a young woman. Every family has one. Dictates what she can eat, can wear, where she can go, can come. 7 hours later, your cousin is 19 and an au pair in America, so you're not alone in this body either. The body of a migrant, bilingual, an accent coming up the throat like vomit. Your grandmother slaps the razor out of her hand and spills the brick driveway, yelling something you don't remember years later, making this a scene out of a silent film. She and your mother are both bodies of mothers. The hair grows back thicker. Your catharsis when the legs grow back stronger. He's above you, heavening, but it's you who's heaving. Suddenly, you're swiping a tarot deck from the thrift store, wanting to confirm this is neither a time nor a place. You might have ovulated this month, but you don't know. 30% off your most expensive items, so you want to sell them your egg. Good price, you elbow the counter. You're unsure of how tarot works, but you're sure the fear of possessing it isn't hurting. You don't really believe in things, but you don't not believe in them either. You call your extent of believing reading into, like condoms. You read into their ability to protect you from fetuses flying at the speed of unmanned tennis balls. In middle school, someone teaches you to fill the condom with water to check it for holes, a belly-full piglet. Now you read so much pro-life media that you start seeing the fetuses wave at you with banjo hands. That same night, your back's in a drought. A sticky film dries like sea salt. When you move, you crack open like an egg. The film crumbles onto the man of wands and gives it away. He came in your past. The statute of limitations for pregnancy has passed. Long after you learn you will most definitely get pregnant if you have sex, you learn you can only get pregnant at a certain time of month. You think it's a trick. After the horror stories and maximum security education and DVR recordings of 16 and pregnant, a rumor changes sex forever. The rumor is calendarific. It is ovulatory. It is about patience and counting cards. If you wait, hold his erection by a string like a carrot on a stick, you won't blow up. His roommate's dog eats your blood out of the garbage can and spreads it over the carpet like jelly. The party's leftovers, licks of tape left over from birthday streamers. Your excrement becomes part of the landscape, Western, locatable, a GPS coordinate on your punctuation. Can you tell your girlfriend to stop leaving tampons in the bathroom? To use whiteout on her water to erase her progeny somewhere else? You look for clues to a crime in a series of crimes, a serial kinkiness. Except your intentions are to do the opposite, to decriminalize kink. On a boat in Copenhagen, a couple talks about someone they know having gotten whipped at a bachelor party in front of his bride. The lapping waves slapping the boat imitate the wind's kiss. Would you do it? Would you? A clue. Later, in a stranger's home, you find books about sex work. They stand out like watermelons in a tomato patch, the deep red guts, the green of the unripe. You underline Maggie Nelson's Argonauts because it is written, bedridden. The pencil lines you make are the platforms found in aquariums where giant fish do tricks. You want to convince your partner to publish erotic poetry he wrote only for you because it would clue him into a fearless, destigmatized sexuality. Does sexuality have to be public to be fearless? He asks. It's the only definition of fearless you know. The bachelor chooses the woman who wants to be a mother over the woman who orders a bouncy castle and rides him in a flesh pink bikini. The woman who wants to be a mother watches the woman who orders a bouncy castle hang on him like a monkey on the blowy purple floor. From her moral high ground, she says, she pounced on him like a piece of meat, and I'm like, what is happening here? The woman he doesn't choose becomes the butt of the joke. The joke is the entire season, the whole show. On January 4th, 2017, the Vatican tweets, "Tears of a mother's pain become seeds of life and hope." And you think, if suffering makes a woman fertile, then happiness must carve out her womb and hang it dripping in the barn, spoils of a never-ending war. And then she must beg the cross noose round her neck to reunite her with her memory, her smile wiped up like a spill. It is only when she has cried enough seeds to replenish the Garden of Eden that she has suffered enough. Hope exists in the head, the heart, or the holy, says a man with a PhD in hope. A woman with a pained expression operates a brightly colored choo-choo in front of Forever 21. Your friend whispers, "At least she's warm." I beg your pardon? Politicians who fight for life are really fighting for a woman's pain to fight for life. At least she's warm, and the Vatican honest. On January 16th, 2017, you read someone the tweet and she says, "In some ways it's true." You take a disgusted bite out of your banana yellow eggs and ask about tears of joy. Do they exist? Do they mean death and the opposite of hope? Anticipation is educated hope, and an educated guess is the opposite of guessing. If an orgasm is a little death, then maybe laughter is too. In another conversation, are you genuinely pro-choice? He asks your memory, which refuses to admit your once neutrality. Born Catholic implies your parents never had sex, and this makes you invincible. But women are forced into sex, forced into pregnancy. Women consent to sex are forced into pregnancy. Women consent to sex, consent to pregnancy, and still lament over the coffee they left outside their pregnancy. It's less taxing to doubt whether someone loves you than whether you are capable of love. In August 2018, in Ireland, you read Proper Catholic Burial and wonder why Catholicism isn't more creative. Bless the child in the womb. Vote the second coming into existence. Sometimes women consent to unprotected sex because they're afraid of disappointing the men who demand it. But is it utopia we're fighting for? Do men consent to protecting their children because they are afraid of disappointing the women who demand it? Make it about something other than sacrifice. Sacrifice is glorified quitting. You sacrifice the Pope by accident. You reserve tickets, then change your plans. You fly to the UK instead, looking for them at the airport. Victims. Abortion tourism. Is the glass half full or empty with the right to travel? I think I'll stop with that. Thank you.